This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another edition of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight, we are talking about let me just tell you the topic. I am not your mother. Okay, so right now, we have more men a part of the panel discussion than we do women. So Patsy's going to represent the women until she can get some help. Hopefully there'll be some other women to join the conversation, but we're going to start off with Patsy. Patsy, as a woman, when you say I am not your mother to a man, what does that mean? What are you trying to get across to them? What message are you trying to send?
Exactly that. Like, I'll do for you, but don't expect me to do like your mama do.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point. All right. So we're gonna go to the guys, and somebody just let me know because I'm gonna be busy or I'm not watching the stream. But if you hear any other women chime in, let me know, and so I can make sure I get their perspective as well. We're gonna go to the guys. Uh, we're gonna go to Timmy first. Timmy, when you hear women say to you, and preferably a woman that you are dealing with in a relationship, I am not your mother. What does that mean to you? What do you hear when they state that? Tim, you have to turn your mic on.
Who?
You.
What?
When you hear a woman say to you, and preferably a woman that you're dealing with in a relationship, that I am not your mother, what does that mean to you? What do you hear? How does that make you feel?
They got a complex. I don't need you to be my damn mother. And if you call me a mama's boy, I ain't no damn mama boy.
So that's so right
I love my
away.
mama very much.
So you right away.
So if you don't understand that, then you don't have a relationship with you don't have a good relationship with your mother. That's why you try to call somebody mama boy or you know put a jacket on me that don't fit.
Okay. Sean, what does it mean when you hear a woman? How does it make you feel when you hear a woman say, I am not your mother? Has it ever been said to you? And if it was said, what does it mean to you? How does it make you feel?
It's never been said to me. I've never had myself in a situation that even warranted a woman to even have to speak to me that way. But I do understand it when women say it because there are some of us out here who have a tendency to want to be taken care of as if their woman was their mama.
Okay, so when have you ever heard a woman in your circle in your proximity refer to a man that way?
Oh yeah. It's Let's say, how can I say this? Like, I've always thought I was a mama's boy, but people have told me that I'm not a mama's boy because I'm too opinionated and too strong to where I don't rely on women like that. But I always thought, before I saw these videos, I always thought a mama's boy was, someone who did any and everything for their mama. Like that was his girl.
Mm-hmm.
But according to the definition of this videos and what some women have said, that I'm not a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm. And depending on who we talk to, who the women are,
Right.
what circle, they might agree or disagree with the findings, what the
But
person said.
that's just their opinion of you. Uh, so if that's their opinion, then that's their opinion. But
Mm-hmm.
if you
Yeah.
know who you are, then what they say don't matter.
Okay.
Right. No, that's why I said I thought I was, because
Mm-hmm.
there hasn't been a woman on earth that I would not have dropped for mama. Like if mama calls, I'm there.
Oh,
Right.
So
yeah.
that
So,
that's
so yeah.
that's what I was thinking
Uh-huh.
until I saw, like I said, until I saw these videos and until I actually heard what women use as, what they call an individual as a mama's boy.
Uh-huh.
It that's what I was saying about them not having a relationship with their mother, you know, because women think because a man, I was supposed to go do this, we supposed to be going out somewhere or something, and mom calls and say, "Oh, son, I need you to do this," and he drop everything and go do things for his mother, and then his woman got mad and was like, "You're always doing things for your mama." He said, "But that's my mama, she don't have no one to do these things for her, so I do it for her."
Mm,
So I believe that they get a complex that you're doing that all for your mother. You should be doing that for me.
mm. All right, let's get others' perspectives. Let's go to Bird next. Bird, when you hear women make this statement, "I am not your mother," um, and preferably someone that you're dealing with in a relationship, how does that make you feel? First of all, have you ever heard that? And or have you been present when women in your circle have said this to men in your circle?
Turn your mic on, Byron.
You gotta turn your mic on.
I haven't necessarily had that said to me. I've heard it said to people, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's a weird complex. Timmy said, "Do you have a complex about the relationship with your mom?" But your first true introduction to love is with a mom. Just like the girls is with their first true introduction to love is a dad.
Mm-hmm.
They're more of the nurturing component of our lives. Really, I don't know what you really need in life with a mother, but that nurturing hug and, the taking care of you. And we've been learned that's a learned behavior from an actual mother. If there are mothers to kids, not many mothers have been great role models, and some
Mm-hmm.
people are kind of damaged over that. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't think I could say the same thing. I don't need another mother, but I do need that nurturing component, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Um,
So it's weird.
definitely. All right, we're gonna go to Robert next. Robert, have you ever heard a woman, has a woman ever told you, "I am not your mother"? And if so, how did it make you feel? And if not, have you ever heard a woman in your circle say that to a man in your circle?
Um, for a lady to say such a thing, there's something. Stop. For a lady to say such a thing is something lacking in her mental. Because why would you think I need you to be my mom's? You can't be my mother. And to say something like that is sickening. because I don't sleep with my mother. I'm not gonna sit there and hold my mother's hand and look across in her eyes at the dinner table. I'm not gonna be thinking nothing about my mother when I'm sharing a relationship with you. So to turn to me and say I'm not your mother, you're literally trying to what? Hurt my feelings? You can't. I know who gave birth to me. I know who raised me. A hell of a lady. Now, if you say I want to be similar to your mom's and ways, take all her good and put it with my good, then that's okay. But you're not my mother. Nah, that don't bother me, and I really haven't heard it said to me. If you said it, it went in one ear and out the other because I was paying no mind.
Mm. Okay, so if you're just joining us tonight, the topic is I am not your mother. And I've asked each of the panel members, how does that make them feel? Have they ever heard these words? Has any woman spoken to them in such a manner? And Patsy was the only woman present at the time, so I asked Patsy, what does that mean? When women say that, particularly her, what does it mean? And she told us how she feels about that. Is there any other women that joined us?
No.
No.
So Patsy's the only one. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back to Patsy. Um, Patsy, so you said that. So restate what you said. What does that term mean when you say I'm not your mother?
Basically, like, okay, I'm not gonna cook and cook and do everything like exactly how your mother did when you were growing up. Yeah, I don't mind cooking for you, but don't expect me to be all exactly like your mother. Because like basically in the videos we did watch
Mhm.
before the show and stuff, it's like they were saying like the guy's mother did specific things
Mhm.
and was like kind of like the guy would need his mother's approval for things
Mhm.
and doing things like that. Don't expect me to approve everything like your mother did and then some and do it everything specifically until to what your mom did. I'm not your mother to be doing exactly like you and you know, it's like for me it's like I need you to provide as a man. Don't depend on your mother to define who you are. Okay, she has a play in it
Mhm.
when she raised you, but once you grew up and you got out of high school and did some whatever job training, whether it went to school train, a college or training school or whatever it is they got you out in the workplace and paying your bills, provide for me as a man. Like if you want me to be your wife, act like the man that you are, and don't. Okay, yeah, I don't mind you dropping stuff for your mom to go do for her if she don't have nothing else and no one else there for her to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's honoring your mother, you know, and
Mhm.
that's biblical honoring your mother and father, and
Mhm.
that's one way to honor your mother. But don't expect me to take care of you as if I'm your mother and try to dictate to me and try to control me, have control over me as if like I need to do like what your mom did. No,
Okay,
I
so
need to
let me ask
I
you.
need to do like as I am as your wife, your girlfriend. whatever. I'm gonna do the way that I do, you know.
So
So that detail, like,
That's why
yeah,
you ain't married, Patsy.
let me ask you a question. So Patsy, you've been married, right?
yeah. I've been married and I've been divorced. Had boyfriends and stuff, you know, ex boyfriends. So I'm gonna treat you the way I'm gonna treat you as such. I'm not gonna be like you're already grown. So there's no reason for me to try to raise you as a man.
Okay, now stop right there. Now, that's all right. So when you are with a man, do you feel like that man, like, you have they ever told you that you have to do things the way their mama did? Have they complained about your cooking, the way you clean, the way you care for them, how you have they ever done that? Have they compared you to their mothers?
Um, One boyfriend tried to compare, like, oh, my mom always did this and this, served me breakfast, and when I was in bed, especially like on Sundays, I'm like, well, I'm not serving you breakfast in bed.
Okay, stop right there. Stay right there. Guys, did your mother ever serve you breakfast in bed every Sunday?
Heck no.
Guys, I mean, I don't remember receiving those privileges. Timmy?
I don't
If
think I
you
would
was
be
sick,
comfortable with that.
if you was sick,
And that's
if
what I'm
you was
about to say.
sick,
If
then
I was sick,
she'll bring stuff to you in bed if you was sick, but not that was
And this dude was never sick. Like, he talking about like every Sunday consistent, sick or no.
yeah, it sounds like old boy was trying to get over. But
Exactly. That's why he ain't in my life no more.
so when he started showing those type of traits, those type of that type of behavior, you got rid of him.
Well, after the fact, like, and years afterwards, but it's like, it was just a crazy hot mess with him.
Mm-hmm.
I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired with his ass, and out the door he went.
Mm-hmm. All
You
right.
know,
So again, so let's talk about this. So we got to the point where we got guys that they comparing you to their mothers and stuff, what their mother did for them and stuff like that. Um so have you ever called any of your boyfriends, Patsy, a mama's boy? Did you this individual you was just describing, do you think he was a mama's boy? Did you ever call him a mama's boy?
I never called him a mama's boy. No, I just thought he was a control freak.
Okay.
That's how he presented himself, and that's how I took him. You know, it's like I I'm not that type of person. It's not how my mother raised me
Mhm.
to take no crap from anybody. It's like, no, you ain't trying to run that game over me, you know?
Okay. So, all right, we got this situation where some women, like you guys were saying, they feel like if a man would drop all that he's doing to go to his mama's aid, then he's a mama's boy. And then you have some women that feel like it is a great thing to have a mama's boy because if he treats his mama well, then he's going to do the same with her. So if he puts her on a pedestal, if he takes care of her and stuff, he's going to do the same for her. So I don't know if I agree that that is a mama's boy. I think that's just a good son. How you guys feel about that? The guy that takes does right by his mama and checks in on her and shows her love helps her out. Do you think that's a mama's boy? Do you think that's a good son? Timmy?
That's a good son.
That's a good son. Sean?
I think that's a good son.
Bird?
I think it's a bit of both. I mean, it's biblical. Once you take a wife, you leave your parents. You leave your family to care for your wife and your new family. So it can be deemed both. I mean, you can be deemed a good son, but at some point, if you're taking on a wife, it isn't drop anything for your mother anymore. It becomes drop everything for your wife and your family.
Okay, that's a good one. So let's Bird, stay right there because I'm coming right back to you. Robbie, do you think that a son that does everything for their mom, drops everything and goes to their mom's aid is a good son or a mama's boy?
These are just titles people are putting on this right here. So you're just a good person. If they told you was a good dog, you'll be a good dog. So I mean, I am a good person.
All right, so let's go back to Bird. Let's go back to that. So I have married friends, and some of the women, because I have, I think I have a few female friends that are married, and they did have an issue with their significant other being at their mom's beck and call because, like Bird said, when you take on a wife, that becomes your first priority. And some women feel like once you marry and you take on a wife, your mother is secondary. And in some cases, she is third because it's wife, children, and then whatever else. How you feel about that, Bird?
I kind of agree with that. I believe it's not about being third or second. I think it's the priority of life and family, and but you still should have respect. And I don't think it's drop everything. I mean, in emergencies, absolutely, but every little thing shouldn't be the highest priority.
Mm.
It doesn't make you a bad son or a bad person, but it makes you a person now.
Can you respect the woman that feels like that you should not answer for your mom? Like if your mom's is saying it's an emergency, because let's be clear about this. The individual that's going through something, everything is an emergency to them because they're the one that's enduring it. So can you respect a woman that feels like you should not go to your mom's aid at that point when they perceive it as being an emergency, the mother? Bird?
I missed a lot. I don't know if my phone blanked out.
Okay,
I couldn't hear anything.
So some women feel like that you should not run to your mom's aid every time she calls. So just because they perceive it as an emergency, meaning mom, it's not necessarily an emergency, it can wait. And if you stop doing what we're doing to go run to her, it's going to be an issue. Can you respect a woman's mindset that has that type of mindset, I should say?
I mean, if that's the malicious mindset, then no, I don't think I'd have much respect. But again, I'm going to determine a level of emergency. Oh, can you come? I really need this bottle of juice off the shelf.
Exactly. That's what it is.
So that's something different. Oh, I fell. Sorry, if you don't like it, get out too. I'm on my way to see my mama.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So I mean, priority will be in order. You know what I mean?
Mm. Okay. Sean, same question. Wife or woman does not feel that you should be running to mom's beck and call because she don't feel like it's an emergency, meaning your significant other.
No, I have to agree with what Bird just said. It all depends on, what the nature of the call is,
Mhm.
and definitely I think before anything gets to that level like that, there has to be some kind of communication between me and the old lady to where she knows the dynamics of what my relationship with my mother is, and it I'm listening to this. It's a lot at play when it comes to stuff like that because both sides can
Yeah.
be manipulative. You know what I mean? So it all depends on how the dynamics of how you get down, get down.
And I agree with you. Like going into the relationship, if I do for my mom's, um, before I met you, if I'm that type of son, then I don't think you should ask me to stop being a dutiful son. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm asking for permission, but I think I would prioritize, because, happy wife, happy life, or as they say now, happy spouse, happy house. But again, that doesn't mean that I'm just going to abandon my mom in a time of need. And I think that any respectful woman wouldn't ask you to do so and wouldn't try to manipulate the situation where it turns into an argument. Patsy, let me go back to you there. So women, I don't know, what do you perceive as an emergency? So for your man to basically leave your home to go tend to his mom. What do you think is an emergency? What do you perceive as emergency?
Like anything medical or just like, oh, like if they um they don't have anybody to help at the grocery store and they needed him to go to the store with.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I get that. It's like maybe we could work around our schedule and say like, okay, I could do it tomorrow or whatever. Or the mom says, well, when can you come over and help me out to go and do some food shopping? When you have a minute, can we do it tomorrow, the next day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that's a whole nother story. It's not like you're dropping at the a drop of a dime to go for
Mm-hmm.
her, but be like looking, and maybe go like I go with you, be like, oh, well, your mom needs help going grocery shopping. Okay, well, we could go together. We can help do whatever, and put the food away and make sure she's all safe for the house, so she has everything she needs in the house and then some. And whether it's food or just toiletries and stuff like that in the house. And then just make sure she's all good before we leave.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and if it's a medical emergency, okay, make sure she got all her medication. If she got to go to the doctors and whatever, okay. We're on when she's released out the hospital, okay, we need to pick up this medication, blah, 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 blah. Make sure she got all the medications and still the same thing. Groceries, toiletries, anything else she needs from the pharmacy, bandages, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And make sure mom is taken care of. So that way, like, mom's not calling every time, like every 5 minutes.
Okay. So you feel
Saying,
like
I need something. I need A, B, C, and X, Y, Z. When you done got everything before you dropped her at home and made sure the house is in order for her. And so she's set up. And if she needed medical care, like the aftercare from the house, make sure that's all set up and all that good stuff. You know, like home health aid or um nurses coming by once, twice a week or whatever. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. As a woman, do you feel that that is your right to decide what an emergency is?
No, I'm not saying like that's
No, no, I'm not saying that's what you said. I'm asking you, as a woman, do you feel like it's the woman's right to decide what an emergency is pertaining to the mother?
no, it's not my right to decide what the emergency is, but you can question him like what's her emergency, you know, so you can get an understanding of what she is calling an emergency, and you can go with him whatever her needs are and say like, okay, since I'm your woman, I'll help you take care of your mom.
Okay, so let me ask the guys. So I'm gonna go to you first, Robbie. Um, so do you feel like your woman should have a say in what emergency is?
I mean, if we're a pair and you love my moms the way I love my moms and the way I hope that me and your mother's relationship is, I love her. I'm open to hear what you think that is important for my mother, because it would be vice versa if I have a say what's important in your mom's life, as in um you rushing over there, things you need to do for her. If we're open to help our mothers um for the important things they need help with, then it's okay. We can make decisions together for both parents. But if you're gonna tell me, no, your mother don't need you to go over there and go to the grocery store for her, she can call somebody else in the family to do it. But when your mom's call and she say, "Hey, you think you can go to the grocery store for me?" and you say, "Yeah, mom's, I'm on my way right now," that's wrong. So if it's gonna work for my moms, it has to work for your mother too.
All right, so let me ask you the same question, Timmy. Do you think your woman should have a say in like the decision making as to what is an emergency when it pertains to your mother?
Nah, no way, no way. Just like if be just the other way around. If it I was to tell you, oh, your mother don't care about you. She just thinks of herself. Don't go, and you have a close relationship. You say, oh, you can't tell me not to go. So nah, and no one has the right to overstep their boundaries when it comes to that. Yeah, and like Bird said, I will determine if it's serious enough for me to go. I don't need you to be in on making matters worse, because when that happens like that, it causes competition amongst your wife or your girlfriend and your mother, because now the mother is gonna feel like you're just overstepping your boundaries, trying to tell my son when he can come see me or do things for me that I need him to do. And because you're in the picture now, that you thinking you got some type of say to or some type of control. But it's really, when it comes down to that, it be uh power struggles. They try to pull you and both of them on one side pulling you over to them, trying to you know get you to come and agree along with their faith, so that becomes an issue in the with the mother and the female. It's definitely gonna be a problem.
All right. So let's get Sean's opinion. So do you feel like your significant other, your woman, should have a say or in the decision making that she should determine what emergency is pertaining to your mom's?
She can state her opinion, but as far as her having a decision in the matter, yeah, no. I'll definitely listen to her concerns.
Okay. Bert.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Shawnee.
Oh, Gregory.
Hey, money.
All right. So, if you just joined us tonight, we're talking about, basically, it's the topic is I'm not your mother, but it's an undertone of women referring to men as being mama's boys. So Gregory, you just joined us, and anybody else, I'm gonna give you a chance to answer that question. Um, does your significant other get to basically say what an emergency is as it pertains to your mom?
She definitely doesn't, because I wouldn't do that to her. So I'm hoping she doesn't do something that she doesn't want done to her or reciprocated, because that's just wrong. But she definitely can have an opinion about it. Females are opinionated.
Okay. Um, Bert, you still with us?
No.
All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We'll get some help. It's the 8 o'clock hour. So now they have like this little assessment. Well, let me ask you this first. Gregory, did you get a chance to watch the videos?
Nah, I didn't, big dog. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, so then we'll just do it this way. We're gonna do this little assessment and you guys can agree or disagree. So, generally stating, it's a good thing when men respect their moms because then in turn they respect the woman that they're dealing with. This is what they believe to be true. And I think that most of the men on the panel would agree, and including the one lady that's present, Patsy. Patsy, if a man respects his mom, will he respect his woman?
9 times out of 10, yeah, they will.
Okay. So do you believe if a man disrespects his mother, he's going to disrespect his woman?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we go into the assessment, let me be fair for the men too. Timmy, do you think that a man that disrespects his mother will disrespect his woman?
Not necessarily, because it might depend on what type of relationship that he has with his mother. So it doesn't necessarily mean that he would disrespect. You don't know what type of things that he's been through with his mother, why he's disrespecting. You know, so if he disrespects his mother, it doesn't always mean that he's gonna do the same to his his girlfriend or wife.
Okay.
You know, uh, I would say out of 10, yeah, I would say maybe 7 out of 10 would be somewhat, that's statistically.
Mhm.
It is, I think, is more or less than with the statistics reading. I think it's more or less people who would turn out to, to be disrespectful to their mother would be that same way towards their, uh, their female friend or wife, somebody. That it all depends on what type of relationship they have with their mother.
Okay.
That determine.
Let's Sean, do you think a man that disrespects his mother will disrespect his woman?
Not necessarily. Like I can piggyback off of what Timmy just said. It's the nature of what each relationship is. There's some women out there I mean, some men out there that are actually scared of their women.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Wait. Say there's such a thing. There's men out there that are afraid of women.
Hey, listen, such a thing as there's men that get beat by their women.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Such a shame. Um, such a shame.
So
I
yeah,
I think that those men need to tune into the Still a Man platform more often so they can figure out a few things. They need to have a few conversations or listen to our conversations. That might help them grow. I mean, we're not telling them to choke her out or nothing like that, but you might need to talk to somebody if somebody's beating on you. They got help for that.
I know it's a whole nother issue,
Nah.
but you've probably
They'll laugh
seen
at
or,
you.
or witnessed some women who can talk rough to some dudes and they sit there and take it.
Yeah, that sounds like that's another conversation for us. We
Yes,
need
it
to
is.
put
But
that
but
on the. We need to put
but
that on the
I
agenda.
think the problem is right is that people used to uh say like if a dude goes and say a chick beat him up, right?
Mhm.
He gonna be laughed. People, the dudes are gonna laugh at him. Ah, you let that chick beat you up, and he goes now back in the days, not today,
Mhm.
but back in the days, a dude calling the cops on the chick, they laughing at him.
Mhm.
Why you smack her across the floor and whatnot? Because that's what they did back then.
All right, so just let's keep into this point. Let's keep going. So we can do this assessment. Again, Robbie, do you feel like a guy that disrespects his mom would be disrespectful to his woman?
Probably so. Having respect for his mother, that's where it all starts. You ain't respect your moms, I'm pretty sure you're gonna talk to your daggone woman that way, and probably your daughters the same way.
Okay, Gregory, same question. I mean,
Gregory left.
okay. All right, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to tell y'all how I feel about that situation. So I feel like that I don't necessarily agree with Amanda. So the disrespect part, that's a strong word. So I would say it's okay to disagree with your mom, but never to be disrespectful. And because as men, we have the ability to walk away, avoid confrontation when it comes to dealing with women, and most of all, your mom. And I understand that in some situations, people had rough upbringing with their moms. The relationship just wasn't respectful to begin with. But I think disrespect brings about disrespect. So if you see that this individual, namely your mom, is being disrespectful, you don't have to engage in them situations like that. So that's why I say you can disagree with them without disrespecting them. You don't have to, you never have to allow somebody to be just disrespectful, period, and just go back and forth with them because now you're lowering yourself to their level. And I know it's easier said than done to into the situation. but that's just my perspective on it. I think that again, as men, we need to change the narrative and the depiction of how we.
Tanya's in too.
Huh?
Yeah,
Tanya's
Tanya's in the
in.
house.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, what's going
Hi.
on, T? So it's good you come and help out Patsy because she's been holding it down for all you ladies. So tonight we're talking about when women say to their man, a significant other, I am not your mother. So let me just go ahead and bring you right up to speed before we do this assessment. I'm actually question. I'm gonna ask you this quickly. What does that term mean when you hear that? Or when a woman says that to a man, or have you ever said that to a man?
No, I've never said that to a man. I said I am your mother.
Was that
Oh.
now you're gonna have to elaborate. Was that your son or was that your man?
Both.
Oh wow. Yeah, see
Uh-oh.
that's a whole nother discussion. All right, so let me ask you this.
No, when let me put it this
All
way.
right, yeah, clarify.
When a woman says that to a man, that means that she's not I'm not your mother, so don't expect me to clean up behind you, cuddle you, take care of you.
Okay, so I gotta stop right there. I agree with some of the stuff, but and you have to make this clear for me and probably some of the other men on the panel. When did women become a species that did not like cuddling? When did that happen? Did I miss that? Was that a part of the women's movement?
Well, no, it's like, how can I say? I see. That's not. I'm only speaking from what I assess from other women. Like for myself, like I said, I've said to a significant other that I am your mother. That means that I know what's right. I'm trying to tell you what's best for you. So sometimes listen to me. Not sometimes listen to me, because 9 times out of the 10, I'm right.
Okay, so more so like, I'm the next best thing to your mom. I'm the closest.
That's it.
All right, so I got it. I got it that way. I mean, but the way we say things is how people receive them.
Yeah.
So I get it that way. When you say it like that, the way I said, I'm the next best thing to your mom. So I have your best interest
at heart,
like she did.
There you go.
I get it like that. All right, I can agree with that. All right.
Maybe I was a little blunt.
Yeah, no, you said it. You said sometimes, like I said, the way you say
sometimes you gotta be the mama.
Yeah, sometimes the way you say it is the way they receive it, and whatever that situation was, you felt like it required that. All right, so let me ask you the question we just asked them. Do you think a man that disrespects his mama will be disrespectful to his mate, his woman?
Yep.
Reason why?
Because if you're not respecting your mother, I mean, this is the one who birthed you, who carried you for 9 months, who wiped your butt, who washed you, who took care of you, who fed you. If you ain't giving that kind of love and respect to your mom that did all of that for you, you ain't gonna do that for your mate. I'm sad to say.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Josie and Gregory's in the house.
All right. So if you're just joining us, Gregory, welcome back. Josie, thank you for your attendance. So I'm gonna bring you up to speed just like we just did Tanya. Tonight we're talking about basically the topic is I am not your mother. And with supporting that is your mama's boy, basically. So it's like basically the topic is I'm not your mother. Translation, you are a mama's boy. So when a woman says that to a man, what does that mean? And have you ever said that to a man? And what did you mean when you stated that?
I don't think that I've ever told anybody that I'm not your mama. I don't think that I ever crossed paths where I needed to or I had that interaction with someone. Maybe I just didn't have that many relationships. But and that's a good thing. But yeah, I know I've never had to tell somebody I'm not your mother. I am someone's mother, and to piggyback on what Tanya said, it that goes a long way. If you can't respect your mom, you can't appreciate what the first woman in your life has done for you, then I don't understand how you're gonna pass that off to any other woman that you place into your life.
Well said, well said. And the next question, before we was going to go do the assessment, and Gregory, I'll come back to you because we asked you the question. I think you stepped out, but we're going to ask you. We're going to ask Josie first, and then we're going to come back to Gregory. Do you feel? So basically, do you feel like you kind of answered the question though, but I'm going to ask you it anyways. Do you feel like a man that disrespects their mom will be disrespectful to their woman?
Absolutely. I tell my son this all the time. In nobody's relationship, mother, daughter, or father, daughter, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? No parent-child relationship is perfect. So in the moment is when you got to have that teaching moment for your loved one, for your child. Because when we have our episodes and I feel like your mouth is too much or your actions is too much, it may come out. Like, if you don't respect me, how the hell are you going to ever respect somebody else? And then I might even will reflect on his dealings with his females and let him know that X, Y, and Z, look at the way you act now, So I definitely think that it reflects on it. So, and again, we're all human beings and we learn and we continue to learn. So I'm hoping that while I'm here on this earth, I can continue to teach and to nurture, and hopefully they'll grow and show the learning that they show what they learned from my lesson.
Water the seed.
Yes.
Well said. And Gregory, be fair, like I asked all the other men on the panel. Do you believe that a man that disrespects his mother will disrespect his women?
Not necessarily. It depends on who the person is. You can have a terrible relationship with your mother and have a great relationship with your female friend or whoever, and vice versa. You could have a abusive relationship with your female friend and you give the world to your mother.
Okay, let me flip that a little bit. So, do you think that a man that respects his woman can learn to respect the mother that he disrespected, or did disrespected him, I should say?
Yeah, I believe so. If he has some type of love in his heart for any woman, I believe he can learn to love either his mother or the woman.
So,
It's a learning process. Life isn't always just on a stick.
So it has to be, sounds like to me, the person has to be open to respect to begin with. Because you can't be putting out what you're not willing to learn. So that's why I say you have to be open to it. Because there's a saying, respect begets respect, and I think it's the same thing with disrespect. All right, let's go to this assessment. And before I say that, there's a Bible scripture, and you guys that are well versed in the Bible, you can attest to this. I believe, and I don't want to paraphrase, but it's something about the honor your mother and your father so that you should have longer
Your
days.
days may be long.
And so I'm correct in saying
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, and that's what I was referring to earlier. To
So that your days
honor
may
your
be
mother and father,
long. All right. So just that being said, like as I heard somebody say this earlier, Bird said it. Your mother is your first example of what a woman's supposed to be. It's also your first female relationship. So, in any case, we need to get that right, because from that point on, we're trying to emulate that relationship. Some of us, if it's a good one, some of us, we're not able to get past it because it's a bad one. But you know, in life, you are presented with great opportunities, great examples. So what the first one wasn't a great example, perhaps the next would be. And the next is not a great example, then maybe the next one would be. Or you need to seek out greater examples, better examples, because you, again, you have options. You can't just say, my mama wasn't a good example, so I'm not gonna, I ain't gonna have respect for none of these women out here. But let me tell you, let's get back to this topic. So first, this, and you guys can agree or disagree with this. So the first, they say 8 ways to basically identify a mama's boy. And you tell me if this is so. We're gonna ask everybody on the panel, we're gonna agree or disagree. First one, he calls his mother mommy. Let's go to the ladies first, because this is about y'all, really. Patsy, do you agree with that statement or not? A man that calls his mother mommy is a mama's boy?
No.
Okay.
I've heard you call your mom mommy, but that doesn't mean that you're underneath her, like her wing. It's just a phrase, you know?
It could be a form of an endearment. I believe
Yeah.
so. We refer to our mother as mommy.
Yeah.
and so does most people in our circle. They refer to their mother as mommy. Tanya, same question.
Nah, we don't call her mommy. We call her mine.
Well,
I don't know how it turned out to be that way, but it definitely comes out as mine. Mine.
Well, see, there you go. That's what y'all call her. I call her mommy. Tanya, same question.
No, that doesn't mean you're a mama's boy.
All right. Josie, same
Well,
question.
God damn it. I hope you call me mommy, ma, mine, whatever. Please don't call me Josie. Please don't call me bitch.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Right?
talk about it, Josie.
Ooh. Yeah. Timmy, a man that refers to his mother as mommy is a mama's boy. Do you agree with that statement?
David, wait, before you
Hell
go to
no.
Timmy, sorry to interrupt you, Timmy, but the person, a man that calls his mother mommy or ma, or that's a very respectful man. That is not a mama's boy. People have got this whole twisted,
Right.
they twisting it. They're making it to be bad to love your mother. They're making it out to be bad to be underneath your mother. And to me, shit, ain't no better place than to be underneath your mother. I'm sorry.
You don't apologize for what works for you and yours.
I
Timmy,
feel bad that people have to emphasize on, does that make them a mama's boy? Damn, that makes them a well-respected boy. How about that?
let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel bad for those for those individuals that live their life like that, then you just continue to live by showing positive reinforcement, good example. Timmy, same question. Do you believe that? Do you agree or disagree with that statement? A man that refers to his mother as mommy is a mama's boy.
Hell no.
Okay.
Mm.
Sean?
Nope, because I call my mother mommy.
You call her mommy or you call her mommy?
I call her mommy. I call her ma. I call her mama.
See?
All that.
That's right. And if you call her anything less than something respectful, you ain't got to worry about her not responding. You're gonna get a response.
Oh yeah.
But it ain't gonna be the one that you prefer. Well, you actually, if you disrespecting your mom and she's smacking your mouth, let me just say this: I don't care what age you are, you got to eat that.
Oh yeah.
As a man, I don't cross the effing line.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is, because you eat that, and the next time, and you chasing you chastise yourself in that at that point, and I was wrong, and I don't need to continue this behavior. Gregory, a man that calls his mother mommy is a mama's boy. Agree or disagree?
And I disagree.
All right. Mr. Brimett, same question, Robert.
I must say, I call my mom's mommy, mine, and mother.
Yeah, I think that's a habit when you're around others that refer to them as because I know we do call her mommy, but I think that when everybody's sitting around, it ain't mine, you know, that's something. It's just what everybody else is saying at the time. But I think overall we refer to her as mommy.
No,
Um,
as I got older, I've been calling her mother,
yeah.
mother, 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 and it don't make you a mama's boy to call your mother by um her
Well,
deserving
she is.
title.
Her
She
Exactly.
title.
she
Mhm.
That's
was
her
she was your
title. She's
mom when she
entitled.
gave birth to you.
Mhm.
She should be her mom's if she has to. If she should be your mom's if she has to bury you, or you have to bury her to the day one of you don't see each other, or continue it on even if one of y'all not here. That was my mother. That wasn't my girlfriend. That wasn't Vanita. That was mom's.
Mhm.
Right.
Patsy, same question. Do you think that guys that refer to their mother as mommy are mama's boys?
No, I already answered that, but no, I'll answer again. No, it don't make him a mama's boy. It's you're respecting her and giving the due props.
Okay,
That's your
so
mom.
so for that question, all of us overall are saying no, does not. We disagree with that. We feel that mommy is a form of endearment. Is that correct?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. So the next one says, mommy must approve. And I guess they're referring to you seek validation or approval from your mother and everything you do. You're going to buy a new car, mommy needs to be a part of decision making. You're going to get married, mommy needs to be a part of decision making. You're gonna buy a new house, mommy needs to tell you what to wear for this job interview. Mommy must approve your woman. Mommy must approve your friends. Well, mommy does need to do that in some cases. Mommy needs to approve basically. We're gonna go to the guys first on this one. Robbie, you agree or disagree? Mommy needs to approve all things. And if mommy needs, excuse me, if you seek approval for mommy for all things, you are a mama's boy. Yes or no? You agree or you disagree? Robert, okay, we're gonna go to Gregory. Gregory, you agree or disagree?
Sorry, D, was you calling me?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to take care. No, I had to take care of something. I had to shut windows down with background sound. Sorry.
All right, no worries. Well, same question. So the question now is, do you agree or disagree? A man that requires approval from his mommy for all things is a mommy boy.
Listen, I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't got nothing against people that look towards mommy for everything, but I'm just gonna go right out there and say, yes, you're a mother's boy, because you should be able to make decisions on your own, not always looking for her to say, yes, baby, it's gonna be okay.
Okay. Gregory.
I'm gonna go ahead and second what Uncle Rob said.
Okay. Sean.
That you vote?
Sean.
My
Yep.
third vote.
Say that again.
I'm agreeing with the panel.
All right. So you're agreeing with the guys thus far. Timmy.
I agree. He's too dependent.
Okay. All right, ladies. Have at it. Josie, we're gonna go to you first. Do you think that a man that requires his mother's approval for all things is a mama's boy?
I guess this is a good question for the mothers to answer because
That's why I went to the guys
if
first.
if my son comes to me and he's seeking approval or advice, I'm gonna go with advice because we all know that we do things without anyone's approval. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna go buy that car and you're buying that car, you're not getting my approval. You're probably calling to get my advice. Or Mom Dukes, maybe they said this. Do you know anything about that? Then maybe I can give you some guidance. But does it make you a mama's boy to I don't think so. I mean, because if I had something in mind and I need to reach out to my father, does that make me a daddy's girl? You know, I think that if you're seeking advice or something guidance, then I don't think that that labels you as a mama's boy. However, um, if what I'm hearing from the men is that you can't do nothing without your mother,
Mm.
then that's a whole
That's the question.
And I,
that's
Go ahead,
so
Sean.
if
yeah,
that's what you're saying, you can't do anything without your mother, then does that make you a mama's boy? I think that that makes you not independent. I think that that makes you um I think that that makes you a person who needs to really really continue to do some research and grow as a person. I don't think that that makes you a mama's boy.
Okay.
I think
I,
mama's boy is definitely a label that is being placed in situations that is making it look, you know, not good, not lovable, not supporting.
Okay. Sean?
ca- um, no, this is no dig at Josie or anybody else who came late. I think for us guys, if I can speak for the guys, I think we answered the question based on how the nature of the conversation had been going from the beginning of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So okay.
Because
And I
listening
was
to how Josie answered it, that's how I would feel if we can change the question to
Mm-hmm.
from advice to I mean
guiding.
from permission to advice, then yeah, I would answer it like Josie did, but I was answering it based on how the conversation had gone on, and we
Yeah,
was
but
in scenarios of how
go
everything
ahead and
went.
finish.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, but then yeah, because what Sean's saying makes sense, and that's why I said I think that it is a good question for mothers to answer because we are the mother. So we should be able to say what makes us feel like you guys are acting like mama's boys. And
Yeah,
I want my child to love me. So I don't want to take anything away from him building his own self as a person. However, I think that love feeling comes with the respect, and and again, whether the person who's putting that guidance, that nurturing, that we're building that character in that person, but they have a job in building their character as well. Um, so again, I just don't. I think that mama's boy label is just it's crazy, and it could be demeaning. It could be it's discouraging for. It almost sounds like it's taken away from building a real relationship with a son and a mom. But
Okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
when he, but see, they ran off a number of things that would make that person be a mama's boy, like approval, meeting to, hey mom, how does this look? Oh boy, that don't look right. Take that off and go put that back on. Put that on. He mentioned a bunch of things
So what happens when you ask
that
your girlfriend that?
So again, like I said, this is why we have these
Conversation.
discussions on the
hmm
Still a Man podcast because it's well-rounded when we have both men and women's perspective. That's what makes this so effective because
Yeah.
the question may be stated one way and everybody's an individual. We're not robots, so we don't think uniformly. So you might hear it one way, but then you're going to answer it the way I asked you, but then you're gonna create there's other scenarios in your head when answering these questions. So again, we on the Still Man podcast, we can do whatever we want. We can switch it up as we go along because that's what we can do here. This is ours. So again, and just to be fair to the men, if you feel like you need to answer it another way, please feel free to do so. So who was we on? We went to
We're going to the women about the mother question.
So let's go to Tanya.
Yep.
Do you think so you heard all those things that I stated, he seeks approval.
I think it depends on this. I think it depends on the situation because I'm being mother. That's what how Josie was saying, that it depends on the situation. Like I need to I would like to approve of the woman you saying, but you're the one who's gonna be dealing with her.
Thank you.
So, I think it just depends on the situation. Because if you want my advice, I my advice. Like you're gonna do what you want to do, but
Right.
that doesn't make you a mama's boy. As a mother, I'm gonna have to say it depends on what the situation is.
I think that when it comes to the women, approval for who their sons are dating, what's understood does not need to be spoken because y'all gonna say what y'all want to say regardless. Even if we don't ask you for your advice, y'all gonna give it, and if y'all don't give it to us, you're gonna give it to the other people in attendance. So
I mean, I give it to my brothers. I'll give it to my cousins. It's just what it is.
I mean,
Did Patsy answer that question, Dave, already?
no.
No, I haven't. I was going to.
We're gonna get to you, Robbie. So those are the ladies on the panel that are mothers. And Patsy, I'm gonna let you answer the same question. Man that seeks approval from his mama for anything and all things. Does that make him a mama boy?
If he's seeking permission to do just about everything to make a decision, if mama says no about something and he goes along with that no, then yeah, he's a mama's boy. But like how Josie and Tanya say, if you're coming to us as a mother, your mother, for advice, and you just and you kind of make that your decision based on your mom's advice, then no, you're not a mama's boy. You just asking her for their opinion of it. But if you're just seeking it for approval, so if she says yeah, you go ahead. If she says no, you're gonna back away from the situation, whatever it is, whether it's a car, house, girlfriend, or to marry the person you're with or whatever. Whatever mom says is where mom goes. Even if you're 40, 50 years old, whatever mom says, mom, that's what goes. No. It's like when you're manning up and you're really seeking advice instead of approval, then you're not. But just if you're, I need my mother's permission for everything I do.
There you go.
That's the way you should. The way to frame the question.
No. I can't. I'm giving to you guys
the way it is. So now, can I just say this real quick? It's going to be just brief.
Yeah.
For all the men or young men, that is seeking their mother's approval, or in the way we're saying your mama's boy. If you always depend on moms to say yes or no, or tell you you can do this or you can't do that, when your mother dies, you are going to be starting with building blocks, lost in this very world that we all live in together. And if you decide to move out of town, or better yet, because you can't move because you got to get your mother's permission. So if your mother gets up and move and leave you behind, and now you got to find her and call and say, what do I do next? How do I do this? Should I go here and there? You're going to be lost if you can't get in touch with your mother. So just remember, if you can't get in touch with her, or she just dies, and you always was that girl or boy, which I don't even care which one it is, always looking for mommy's yes or no. You're gonna be lost.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that brings us to our next one. Chaperone, mommy chaperones. So that means, all right, so let's give you little extra. So that means I'm going on a date, first date, mom's gotta be there because mom gotta check her out. I'm going to the movies, whatever, mom's gotta be there because she gotta make sure how she acts and stuff like that.
Sounds about white to me.
So we're gonna go to you first, Gregory. So a guy that requires his mom's chaperone or mom,
That sounds like somebody in a white collar neighborhood.
but that's but let's not put color on it. Let's or profession.
I didn't put a color on it. He
That's why
could
I
have been
said
an
color.
uppity
I said
skin
color or
color.
profession. Color.
In
Or
other words, they're being bougie.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the question is, if he requires his mom to chaperone or mom chaperones, again, anything and everything, is he a mama's boy? That's the question. Gregory.
I thought your question was if he had to bring his mother on his date with him
That's what the
for
question is.
approval.
He requires a chaperone for anything and everything.
I thought that was kind of uppity.
So is he? So do you believe him to be a mama's boy or not?
Yes.
Okay, simple. Robert.
All day long.
Okay. Timmy. Tim, you still with us?
Tell your mic on, Timmy.
All day long.
Okay. Sean.
All day, sir.
All right, ladies. Patsy. Same question. If he requires his mama to chaperone anything and everything, and she feels like she needs to be there, everything, is that a mama's boy?
Yeah, it's like you can't make a move on your own. Come on, really? I don't want you and your mama with us on our first date.
Oh.
That might go kinky.
Oh, Tanya?
That Patsy, girl.
I'm just saying.
Tanya?
No, that's when my mind was going like that. If we gonna do the mama got to be there too.
Well, you know they say, Josie.
Good minds think alike.
I'm not doing those things with you. You're lost.
Sure, y'all don't want to go and make sure she's ordering the right things for him. He's not spending too much money on her meal.
I'm sure I'll hear about it, whether it was a yay or nay.
Did she
You sound like you're talking about a mafia's person's
she's
mother.
going home at the
I'm
end
gonna
of the
come out
night.
on a date with you. Make sure that's not
So y'all are all in agreement that if mom has to chaperone anything and everything, he's a mama's boy. Am I correct?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's go to the fourth one. Okay, this is a good one, and he lives at home. Let's go to the guys first. Timmy, he lives at home. Is he considered? Does that make him a mama's boy? You guys speak up, bro.
Nah. No, that don't make him no mama.
Okay.
Economy.
Okay, economy. All right. That's
That's
real. That's a
That's
safe
real.
answer. That's a safe answer. Sean.
I'm gonna say flat out no, but again, it's a vague and open ended question because it all depends on the circumstances.
So give me the circumstances. Elaborate.
Like Timmy said, like for financial reasons, one could still be at home. Could have went through a bad breakup, had to leave the house, had nowhere else to go.
That's right.
Became ill. Anything.
That's right. I'm going to my mama's house because you put me out. I'm going to my mama's house because I'm sick and you don't want to take care of me. You trying to put me in
That
the
was a
grave.
problem for the mere fact that she was able to put you out.
Exactly.
First problem.
Going to my mama's house because I ain't got nowhere else to go.
Maybe that's why he back at his mama's house.
Well,
Right.
I gotta tell you right now, for all you ladies listening, y'all already know you can come stay with me. I'm not coming to stay with you. You ain't putting me out of nothing. Who's the next person?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Gregory, then we can go to Robert. He still lives at home. Is he a mama's boy?
Say that again.
The question is, he still lives at home. Does that make him a mama's boy?
No, you don't know his situation. He probably is trying to strive to get out of there. He probably can meet you at a hotel or something.
Okay. Robert?
I definitely agree with the rest of the guys because it could be due to circumstance. So we know when you're a mama's boy living at home, sucking the blood out of her areas. You know, I don't even want to say that, but you're leeching off of moms. Moms don't have a problem with it, long as you know, like I said, the yay and the nays there still for her. But if you can't get up and get a apartment of your own due to finance, or you're on a waiting list, or you're sick, or whatever the case may be, then no, you're not a mama's boy.
Okay, let me push this a little further, right? Your girlfriend lives at her house with your children. You have clothes at your girlfriend's house. You stay with your mama and you stay with your girlfriend. Um, you pay bills at your mama's house. No, you don't pay bills at your mama's house. And you don't pay bills at your girlfriend's house. And she pays all the bills and she lives there with her children. And you come and go. Are you a mama's boy? Let's go to the ladies first. Patsy?
No, I just think you're a very sad man if you're not paying anybody, helping out either the girlfriend with her kids and her bills because you done had kids with her, you ain't helping her out, and then you staying with your mama and you ain't helping even your mama out. So you just a very sad man. You're not even a mama's boy. You're a very sad man.
Okay.
You don't have no integrity. That's how I look at it.
Ooh, hit him with the big word.
Right.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Question. He's staying with his mama, staying with you too. Ain't paying no bills over there, and ain't paying no bills with you and yours. Y'all's. Y'all's babies live there. He lives there. Also stays with his mama. And ain't paying no bills in either place. Is he a mama's boy?
I'm gonna say this. He's a mama's boy and an SOS.
Ooh.
Oh, that's something my mother.
So the SOS stands for what? Because we use acronyms on this show. We usually like spell it out so everybody else.
It's not the SOS that y'all refer to, that we all refer to as support our sisters. It's like,
well, he's definitely not doing that.
No.
on the jingle.
No, he's a sack of shit.
Okay,
well, my mother would have said shit on a shingle.
Yeah. That SOS got a lot of sayings, huh? Oh, yeah. Justin, same question. Lives with you and your babies, y'all's babies, and lives in mama's house too, ain't paying bills in either place. Is he a mama's boy?
You talking to me?
Yeah. He lives at home. He lives at his mama's house. He lives with you two and y'all's babies. And he ain't paying no bills in either place. Is he a mama's boy or not?
Sounds like a confused situation. How you living with me and living at mom's? That don't sound right. Are you a mama's boy? If you're doing that, I, I'm just gonna go with the lady said. I don't even know if that got anything to do with you being a mama's boy. That just got something to do with you being
OS.
or a manipulator, or yeah, I'm not even gonna say manipulating the situation. I'm just gonna say you're lost and you need to figure that out. But if you were asking us the question that you asked the men earlier about being able to go home, and y'all said finance situation, that's a blessing. Not everybody can fall back on mom dukes when, the times gets tough. You got people out here whose mothers are baseheads, alcoholics, gone, so that's a blessing when you
But
can
but
fall back
but
on mom.
but this mother sucker ain't
No,
he
I already know. I was referring to what you asked the men, because
oh,
you didn't
okay.
ask the men this question. You
I
asked us this question. You put us through the rings with this question. But no, I think that he's a lost soul and he needs to figure that out. And listen, that speaks volumes, because somebody's mother that's sitting there watching their son do that, going back and forth, and ain't doing nothing for either parts he's pissing in. Miss me with all of that. Miss me with all of that. You gonna learn, and you gonna learn that day.
all
Gonna
right.
learn today.
All right.
Dave,
Right.
I think you got someone that joined with an iPhone or something. I don't know. Maybe you got a new
It
lady.
might be Kiana.
It's me. I changed it. It's Rachel.
All right,
Okay,
so what's
Rachel.
going on? So if you're just
Hey.
joining us, we're talking about basically when a woman says to a man, I am not your mother, / you are a mama's boy. So again, we're gonna catch you up to speed right now. We just asked the women, how do you feel about the man that lives at home with his mama, stays with his baby's mama and their babies, and he ain't paying rent in either place? Is that a mama's boy?
Hold on. Okay, wait. The mama's boy usually refers to the first one about, being at home with your mama still. But I think it's not just being at home with your mama. I mean, it has to be that you just have no plans on just being, what I'm saying, what we look at as on your own and just having your own and showing that you can do that. I don't know. Depends on what kind of girl you're dealing with. If they're on that type of home, what I'm saying? It just depends, I guess. But the other part, being at home with your baby's mother and all that, that's not a mama's boy. You just at home with your baby's mother, and that's where you choose to be, and you just either can't get it on your own or choose not to. I guess that's not really considered a mama's boy, though. I think
But I
that
want
baby.
you, I want you to focus on there's something that you missed. He's living
Oh, what?
at both homes and he's not paying
Oh,
any bills in either place. Does that make you a mama's
oh,
boy?
oh yeah, he's floating through. I mean, he's floating through. If he's with the BM and the BM allows it, and he's in his mama house still, and you're a grown ass man and your mama allows it, then like Joji said, it's a motherfucking blessing. I guess you floating through. I would just hope that in the midst of you not spending the money on those type of things, that you saving up to be worth something else.
You get
That's a
kicked
house
out.
pimp.
You know
That's a house pimp right there.
he getting kicked out at some point, so he better be saving up something.
Yeah, he's a house pimp. He's
Timmy, we're
pimping
gonna
both houses.
Hold up, Dave. You got another lady, Maria C. or something?
Yeah, Mama Marie.
all right, Mom.
Yes, love.
How you doing this evening? So we're gonna go on.
I'm
Go ahead, go ahead.
no, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Great,
Good.
great.
Well,
Great.
okay.
So we're gonna bring you up to speed too. So the first question, the question we on right now is, so basically the person lives at home with his mom's. Does that make him a mama's boy? And the second part to that question is, he lives at both his mama's house and his baby's mama's house with their babies, and he ain't paying bills in either home. Does that make him a mama's boy?
The first question, it depends because his mom could be disabled and she very well may need him there to help her cater to her if she's not in a situation where she can handle her own situation. You know what I'm saying? So the son would have a priority to obligation to honor his mother and be respectful and take care of his mom. So that may be one reason why he's in there. If he's in there because he's choosing to be a bum, then yeah, he's a straight mama's boy. He should be sucking on her titty. The second question is you said if he's living at home and with his baby mama and he's not paying bills in either house and he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to be homeless. The baby mama is stupid for allowing that to happen, for one thing. And if she is, he's only gonna do what they allow him to do. So if he's at the BM's house and she's allowing him to lay around and do nothing, pay no bills, and that's it, that's what she wants, then he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? He can't. Who's gonna turn that down? A bum is not gonna turn that down. A bum's gonna live where he can live for free as much as he can. So he's a bum.
Well
stated. He's a baby mama bum and he's a mama's boy bum.
Ooh. So gentlemen, I'm gonna let y'all have at it now. Timmy, you already answered. I did believe we got all the ladies' perspective. Robert, we're gonna let you go ahead and answer that question. He lives at home. And the second part to it, he lives at home with his mama, and he lives with his baby's mama, and doesn't pay bills in either home.
He's playing both sides. He's playing both sides for a fool, and he's what you call a person thinking he got an insurance policy. So if it don't work out over here with my children's Mom Deuce is always gonna have that door open for me, and I still don't have to pay rent in that house either. So I can take all my chips and spend it on me and my frivolous things that I'm doing on the outside with my friends or other trips. Yes, that's all it is. So he's playing both of them for a fool. But you got to remember, he's only doing what he's allowed to do.
Gregory, I'm gonna let you answer the second part of the question because you two already answered the first part. So
boy, that boy sound like a pimp named Slipback or something. He's hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. But the truth about him is he's a user. He's using everybody.
He's a
Okay,
couch pimp.
well stated. Timmy,
he's pimping the couch like mother.
He's a house pimp. All right, Sean. Second part of the question, because you answered the first one, the first part of it, I believe. So he's living at home with his mother, and he's living with his baby's mama. He's not paying rent in either place, and the babies are with the baby's mama, and he lives there with them.
Yeah, he's just I don't know. I can't respect that. That's not a man. He's just being trifling right there.
Yeah, that's what we call a man. They often get all the benefits and adoration of a man, but they are no account. NACA. And Gregory, what does NACA stand for? You might have.
I told you what it
means. It means snake, and what's his name? I believe in one of those African languages. So that's what NACA stands for.
King.
Who? I missed that. All right, so we're gonna go on to the fifth one. This is ridiculous right here. Mama and son has matching tattoos. I'm gonna let the guys answer this first. Sean, is that a mama's boy?
This is crazy.
Hold on, I missed that. What did you say? I missed that.
Mama and son got matching tattoos because mama got that tattoo, so I got to get it too.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if that's what I'll label it. I mean, that's just how you and mama roll, I guess.
Right there.
It could be a symbol.
Me and my mother don't got the same tattoo, but we both got a tattoo that's similar on our arms.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a symbol.
Yeah,
wait. Timmy, go ahead. It's a symbol?
It's a symbol.
All right.
It's a symbol of we got matching tattoos. This is our symbol of love and our admiration for one another. We got the same tattoos on it.
All right. Robert, same question.
You can look at it two ways. You can look at it the way everyone else is trying to keep it decent and clean, and then you can look at it this way. By the end of your questions, because you're on number 5 or 6, Mom a mom and son's relationships not gonna only be looking like a mama's boys, it's gonna look like they pretty much want to sleep together and form a relationship.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how you got to that point, but
let's keep answering these questions.
We're gonna
get there.
That's your answer. All right, let's go to Rachel next. Mama and son got tattoos, same tattoo.
I don't see anything wrong with that because mama and daughter is gonna get the same tattoos because I sure am. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. That's not. I think the symbol behind that was just like, look, first of all, you already went through painful labor, but mama, I'll go through this pain with you for you to symbolize, our connection. It ain't about it's just more so our connection and willing, just having that forever type of thing. I don't look at that as a problem because the girls do it too.
All right, that's cute. Mama Marie, same question.
It depends on what the tattoo's about. Some tattoos are sketchy.
Good answer. Good.
Some tattoos are sketchy. And to piggyback on what the brother said, there are some mothers who are single who view their sons as their men. So if she's looking at him as such, getting a tattoo with him can be more of a symbolic, like she's peeing on her property almost. Like saying, this is my son. I'm labeling him. And yes, exactly. So it makes it harder for another woman to come in. She's gonna say, "Well, my son tattooed this with me, and we had matching tattoos." So it can play both ways. Other way, it could be a symbolic one. Father passed away; they were close. Mom and son got tattoos of that, or tattoos of their grandmother passing away. So it just depends on the mindset of the mother and what's really going on between the mother and the son.
Got it.
It could be an agape love tattoo, or it could be a romantic Elios love tattoo.
Got it. Well said. Well said. Tanya?
I have to agree with Marie.
Yeah.
Can I get a testify, David?
Yeah. Patsy? Same question. Matching tattoos. Mama got it. I want one too. Patsy, you still with us? You gotta turn your mic on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Yeah, but I agree with Tanya and Mama Maria. It depends on the situation why they got the tattoos that are matching, and because it can be a funky relationship where you got a little more deeper into the intimacy beyond mother and son, and you're just kind of like ancestral kind of thing with the tats, or is it just like you got the tattoos because somebody done passed away that y'all both were close with, whether it was his father or and your late husband or somebody in your family, it just might symbolize that, or y'all believe in the same, sharing your compassion for God,
Got it.
depending on the situation.
All right. So just so we clear, Josie, did we get your answer?
No. I'm just gonna say that any tattoo has a story behind it. I would hope that, if you're tatting up your body, you got a reason as to why you picked that tattoo. Any tattoo or any ink on my body, there's a story behind it, or there's a reason that I chose to put it on me. So it's personal, so anybody looking in from the outside, it's crazy how minds work and wander. I was just listening to some of the scenarios, and I'm just like, wow, people really think like that. And then it speaks in character too, right? Because I'm thinking personally, like I said, I'm not attacking or targeting anybody. I'm just saying personally, when I got my tats or put ink on me, everything was for a reason, or this symbol, this states that, or this means this, or this is why I did that. So until you really touch base with whomever it is that has that ink on them, you're really just assuming, so I would hope to think that if a mom, a parent with a child, because it could be a mother or daughter, or a mother and a son, father and a son, whatever, a parent with their child with a matching tattoo, I'm going to hope that that's a healthy a healthy tat or a meaningful tat, and I'm going to hope that it doesn't spin off to something sick and twisted.
Okay.
Because that's where you're going with it when you're starting to take it down that other avenue, you know?
All right. So we have already into the 9 o'clock hour, and we are on the the sixth question of this assessment, and it follows. Runs to mama whenever there's a problem. Mama, she wouldn't let me sleep in the bed last night. Mama, she didn't buy my favorite cereal. Mama, she wouldn't let me use the keys to her car. Mama, she wouldn't give me gas for my car. Mama, she didn't make me lunch. Mama, she didn't do my laundry. And worst of all, Mama, she won't sleep with me. Let's go to the ladies first. And do you think that's a mama's boy? Yes or no? Patsy, do you think that's a mama's boy based upon that assessment?
I would say yes, but then if that was that young man's mother, I'd be asking him, why are you coming with them? Why is she responding to you that way? Like, why wouldn't she let you do this?
Ooh.
You know, and furthermore, like when it comes down to gas in your car, why is it you're asking her for gas money? Shouldn't you don't you have a job and everything like that? But the other stuff is like, what are you doing to piss her off? Why are you sleeping on the couch? Why is she putting you out the bed?
Good answer. Good answer. You redirected him. Good. I like that answer. So is he a mama's boy though? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's a mama's boy, especially if she's not asking you those questions.
Okay. All right. Tanya?
Yep.
So that's your answer? Yep.
Yep.
All right.
That's my answer.
Short and sweet.
I have to say like what Patsy's saying. You got to ask the questions. Why she not doing your laundry? You know how to do your own laundry. You know, that's why mothers help their sons to be self-sufficient. So they can learn how to be independent on their own, and they ain't gotta depend on their mamas for everything.
All right. Mama Marie, same question.
I'm gonna question my son's upbringing if he comes to me asking me stupid questions like that. I mean, that's just too much insecurity. I understand the bond that you can have with your mother because that's a special bond as a son. But if you're coming to me asking me some stupid questions like that, I'm gonna question him about his manhood. Why are you asking me these stupid questions? And if you're asking me these questions, how close are you to your girl that you have to keep coming to me to ask me these questions? See, I'm the kind of mother, I don't have patience for that when it comes to a son. Grow up. If this woman is your wife, then you have to learn to lean away from me as your mother and tend to your wife. And if you guys don't have that communication, then you're going to cause an issue between you and your wife because she knows you're coming to me asking me these stupid questions. And she's going to have an issue with you in the household as far as the respect you have for her. And why can't you talk to her about this? If that's his girlfriend, I'm going to question him why he's even with her if he has all these issues that he's dealing with her in the first place. But I'm going to tell him to go sit down somewhere and go think about his manhood because to me, that's marshmallow balls.
Okay. Rachel, same question.
Yeah, that's a full-fledged, full-blown mama's boy. Because it's not even about questions. You're really just going to your mama to complain. And if you're saying it in the way that you were just saying it, it seemed like you're looking for your mama to have a solution, as if you're telling on your little sister for not giving her the car key. Your big sister took the car or took the. It's like you're looking for your mother to kind of like not necessarily give you her car keys, but the way you going, you're complaining. It's like you want your mother.
He may be just what you just said, going to her because he can't get his way with her. But go ahead.
True, exactly. So it's given if I do that, it's because I know I'm gonna get through doing that. So if he's doing that, that's a full-fledged mama's boy because she done enabled him to make him feel like he can come to her and complain about any of those things. Because if he's doing it about the girl, he's a full-fledged mama boy. He's doing it about everybody. So he is gonna do it about his siblings. He's gonna do it about his friends. He's gonna do it about. So it ain't even about the relationship he has with the girl, because he could have just pissed her off and the bitch say, "You're not taking my car. Your bum asked me to go get a car." Da 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 da. And you just like, "Fuck you. I'm gonna go ask my mama." Like that's just you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then it's like, what you mean you're gonna ask your mama? Like, why would you? That's enabling. You know what I mean? So that's definitely 1,000% full-fledged mama boy, because he's looking for his mama to solve that problem.
Good answer. Good answer. Josie, same question.
I'm going to support what some of the ladies said, because definitely I'm looking at that as that you're not a mama's boy. And that to me, you're not a mama's boy depending on who raised you. Because if your mom raised you, then you know damn well you're not calling her for those petty things. In fact, you're not going to call your mother about those things, because she raised you, and she'll be saying exactly what Rachel's mom said. Hey, the fuck you calling me about this? Excuse me, what you calling me about this for? You know what you need to do. Figure that out. Calling me for. A mama's boy to me would be, then I'm going to pick up the phone and call Rachel and say, yo, why you ain't letting this dude use the car? X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? I'm not getting involved in that. That's your relationship. That's your issues. Don't bring them to me unless you necessarily have to. Now, if the girl's like, you ain't using the car and you can get the F out, and she knows your situation on the streets, then call mama. I'm coming. Full speed ahead. Where you at? Bush where? Bush where?
All right.
Fuck that bitch. Then now she target.
Bridget, same question.
Well, let's see. If a man goes back to his mother every time his lady has a problem, or she's calling herself directing traffic in their house or her house, and he's staying with her, and you're telling your mother, "Oh, my girl won't let me do this," or "My girl won't let me say this," or "My girl's upset about that. I ain't had sex in a while with her. I don't buy enough groceries," she's saying. "I'm not man enough for her," and all this. What you're doing is not only you're being a little damn complainer, you're going back to your mother, painting a picture of this woman over here that you're supposed to be in love with. And you're painting this picture every time y'all have a problem with her. Your mother's starting to get this picture of this lady, and she's saying, "I don't like the bitch." And now if you go back home and there's roses and peach ice cream and pie in the house, you got to remember all the little stuff you told your mother about this lady. So when you sit down at dinner, family holidays, or whatever, your mother's already judging her for all the stuff you complained to her about. Now you got to live with some other stuff you done started.
Not
So
just,
your mama's
not
boy in
just,
the worst way.
Let me say this
not
as a
just the
mother.
mother, because she done told the family. So now
Yes,
the
yes,
family looking at her crazy.
yes.
But let me say this, Tanya, and for all the mothers on the panel, we already have developed our own impression or image of
First impression is the mother.
you don't gotta come to me and tell me that you're having issues. I mean, I'm not speaking from personal experience right now. So I'm just telling you, you don't gotta come to me and tell me you're having issues. It's a mother's feeling.
Intuition.
She knows. She knows. You don't gotta use your words and say X, Y, and Z. She ain't gonna be that person. She probably ain't that person that's gonna meddle, right? She's gonna sit back and wait. And sure enough, the day's gonna come, because in her heart of all hearts, she knew that wasn't the right choice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to tell you that that's not your right choice. But if my son decides that he's gonna come to me and tells me his issues, then I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna listen. But as a mother, if it's a serious situation that you're sharing with me, then yes, as a mother, I'm gonna tell you, it's time, boo boo. That's what you needed to
Listen,
hear.
the little
Try
personal
to sign on the dotted line. You need to come home and get your shit together. Well, then that's what you need to do. But you need to leave that situation alone.
Yeah, because the personal details that you don't know, you know, details, the personal ones that he's painting a picture of, he can come and tell you, "This lady just told me for the last 3 months, I've been brushing my teeth with a toothbrush she don't wipe all around the inner rims of the toilet bowl."
I mean, can I, Gregory, if you don't mind, can I share, or do you not want me to share?
What in the hell is going on? Wait a
Because I'll
minute.
Because
share.
I know a true story about a lady
Seriously,
that
I'll
told
share.
her man.
I'll share an experience. It's like in my heart, I really don't, it's been years. My son's grown, you know what I mean? And the one thing I want to be clear of is that I don't try to meddle in his relationships. However, like I said,
Your parents
I
step
do
in when they know or feel they have to step in. And
let me just say
most
this.
of the
Let me finish.
time,
Let me
when
finish.
the
Let
parents
me
do
finish.
step in, they step in at the right time,
Let me,
at the right
Let
Timmy,
me finish real
let
quick.
Josie finish her story so we can get to
So
the
we can,
other
yeah,
man
so we
on the
can finish
panel.
y'all's things. So I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. It was a feeling inside of me. Didn't even check in. Was just noticing that
stepping away.
I haven't met the person face to face and nothing like that. You know what I mean? And then things just turned to a situation where I went to my son because that's my son, and I said, when am I gonna such? How come I haven't never? You know what I mean? And it was relayed as X, Y, and Z. So eventually, long story short, we ended up meeting. In the meeting, I guess that this person felt like they were presenting themselves in a manner of which I was going to, I guess, leave the conversation or the situation with respect for the situation that their dealings, And for me, in my head, I ain't gonna lie to you, I already had in my head, shit don't feel right. I'm an energy person. If you don't rub off on me the right way, then I got to figure out why am I not receiving you this way? You know what I mean? Or why am I receiving you this way? So long story short, because again, for time, the conversation came, the day came that we sat face to face and we had a conversation. And the words in the way we were conversing with one another, I was just like, yeah, sweetie, this signs on a dotted line as to why he should never mess with you anymore. So you felt as if he was coming to me as if, i.e., you was a woman, and I know that I'm a woman, you know what I mean? I have trials and tribulations to put my stamp on it. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like when you're talking to me as this individual's mother, you better come to this table with hell of a respect. If you lose yourself in any given time while we're conversing with one another, do you think that's a good impression on this person's mother? Or do you think you just messed up? Because in my head as a woman, I know I just messed up.
Yep.
You understand? And there's no coming back from that just messing up. You know what I mean? Not to mention we're sitting down having a conversation for a reason. So you would want to make this situation real I guess positive. But what I got out of that situation was negative. And I would hope to this day that my son's not dealing with that individual because as a mother, I'm not saying that they're a mama's boy, nothing like that. But from my point of view, looking in, from the outside of the situation,
So
I wasn't for
we
sure. I didn't feel safe with it. But then when I got feedback
just
from
come
the
in.
people who was in the situation or around them, I was like, yeah. In my hearts of all hearts, I knew something silly was going on. So yeah, leave that alone. And it's hard to say that to your son as a mother because you don't want to take away from nothing of them thinking that they're a man or you're trying to tell them what to do, or i.e. people are going to label him as a mama's boy. No.
Or you just gonna push him toward the situation.
Thank you, Tanya. And for real, I put it in the Lord's hands. I swear to God, I say a prayer and I say, I need your help right now.
So let me say that that's a good segue into the next question or scenario. Mama said. So now this boy tells his woman, well, my mama said you ain't this. Well, my mama said you ain't doing that. My mama said this. So that is the bulk of their conversation, their relationship. My mama said you was this. My mama said you was gonna do this. My mama said you ain't nothing. Is that a mama's boy?
Yeah, because that's when you go and tell them. That's when you tell them, "I ain't your mama."
That's an angry young
Now
man.
that's a mama's boy because he's trying to put his mama in everything. And that's a mama's boy. That's somebody who wants problems between his significant other and the mother.
Mama.
I just said that with my last answer.
Now, how you feel about that, Mama Marie? Every time y'all have a conversation, my mama said this, my mama said that.
I'll tell him to go fuck his mother too.
Ooh.
Because we're not having that. Sorry, Rachel. I'm blunt. You get it from your mama. I'm sorry. If you're gonna keep coming to me and tell me what your mama said and your mama cooks it this way, your mama said it that way, she did this way. Nah, go be with your mother then. Go back home. Because I don't want to hear that as your woman. Girlfriend or wife. I don't need to hear that. You're making me feel insecure. You're making me feel like I will never match up to your mother, which I shouldn't, because that's your mom and I'm not your mom. And if you feel that way, then go to her for everything else that you come to me for. Leave me alone. She got your diapers at home and your milk and your Desitin. Go over there. Go back home.
For the rash on the
Old school, right? Old school.
rash on the
Sounds
ass.
like Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Exactly.
You stupid.
I've
Said,
never
I'm
been
gonna
in a
make a nice
situation
gumbo.
where I feel like a man was just relying on his mother, running back and forth to his mother. And I can hear it in some of y'all. Y'all had to experience it because you're speaking from it. And for me, I can't. I promise you, I'll be just like you, mama. I would be like, yo, you really seem like you need to go home to mommy. You do.
Yeah. I've never had a son. But if I had a son, I'm telling you, if he came to me like that, I will put pink on him and put barrettes in his hair.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, you're not coming to me like that. Don't
That's
come
a
to me
whole
like
nother
a little.
podcast.
Exactly.
And Rachel, I'm gonna ask you the same question, and then Patsy, because Patsy, just feel free to jump in too. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, well I'll wait till like the other.
Hello.
Go ahead,
There you
Rachel.
go.
Yes.
What we asking again? Yeah, no, I'm not with none of that. Don't come back to me telling me nothing about what your mama don't like and like. Because every time you do it, I'm gonna say I don't give a damn. So it's really not gonna get you far. And I'm funny though, because see, I'm not even like that. To be honest, I'm not even like that. So if I have somebody coming to me like me about people like that, chances are I didn't mention mama already. Your mama like me. I'm just gonna call your mama. Now you're lying. I don't even believe you. Now you're lying. It depends on how deep we are. Cause now you're lying. Now I can tell you just coming to say stupid shit to me to piss me off and try like everybody said, try to make that relationship rocky, which is really stupid. So for you to even want that, when the whole point is that you're supposed to be making my whole goal is that I want your mama to like me. You know, that's the whole point. So if you're saying that to me, you're trying to purposely sabotage that. And if I care about you that much, which I really shouldn't, because you're showing me you're trying to sabotage some shit you shouldn't want. That's weird. I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to your mama, because like I said, I done mentioned mama, and I know your mama liked me. So I know you a lying ass nigga. So now I'm going to your mama and be like, I don't know what's going on. Is everything okay? Because he just came and told me that you don't like me. I'll be one of those. If you want to be one of those, I'll be one of those and get on your ass. So now your mama's mad at you because you fucking lying, trying to start shit up. And now your mama's being a mama telling you what the hell is wrong with you. Because now I'm going to fuck you. You pissing me off to be stupid like that. So I'm going to go ahead and call your mom.
So now that's a good segue into the last one. How do you know he's a mama's boy? He called his mom. He called his mama for everything, or when his mama he drops everything. We sort of talked about that earlier. So again, now in this situation, I'm gonna paint y'all a scenario.
Well, wait a minute, I didn't really completely give my answer. I was gonna lead back into what I said earlier. If he's a mama's boy, if he's trying to compare me to his mama, no, I ain't your mama. You ain't, you're not gonna come to me corrected, because I ain't gonna cook and clean. Not to say that I'm not gonna do all that stuff, but I ain't gonna do it exactly how your mama do it. I'm gonna take care of you like I'm your wife or your girlfriend. I'm that to you. I'm not your mama.
Or what Rachel said, if you said, my mama makes potato salad like this, I'm calling Mom Dukes up to see how she makes a goddamn potato salad. Let me say, I love you. Let me see how she makes it. But if I make it and I go through the process of trying to make it and you say, nah, you're still missing the sweet pickles. All right, next week I'm gonna put the sweet pickles. But if you keep talking about your mama, you probably should get
You
your back.
compare me to your mama. Okay,
But
I
what
love
happens if
your
Mom
friend.
Dukes don't make potato salad?
What?
What happens if Mom Dukes never was making potato salad and he was just lying?
Okay, and
But
look,
you find out when you
did
call the
not hear
mama.
me say I'm gonna call mommy and I'm gonna see how she makes a potato salad. If
Yeah.
mommy says this boy don't like potato salad, again, we gotta talk.
Now
you looking at him sideways because maybe
we
gotta talk. Maybe the next chick made the potato salad and he trying to get you to make
Tanya,
it. We gotta
Exactly.
talk. It's time for you to get your little paper bags that you came in here with. Get your 4 sweatsuits, whatever it is. You gotta go. I don't know who made potato salad for you, but it wasn't mommy, so you gotta go.
So again, it comes down to it. The last scenario, the last question is, mama calls, y'all in the middle of romance, whatever sorts, might be in a bubble bath.
Wow.
You
Wow.
might be you know, having sex. You might be having quality time. You know, quality time is all those things. We figured that out last week. Might be Netflix and chill. Might be one of those situations. Y'all might be in a heated discussion. And now mama calls and he just jumps up and leaves. Is that a mama's boy?
What did she call for?
Well, what's the scenario? Because
I just
bitch, if I
said.
gotta go, it's an emergency.
Yes, thank you. What did she call for?
Okay, I'm going to say it again for you guys. You, as the woman, is with your man, and y'all are engaged in some quality time, be it sex, dinner. You might be out having a nice dinner, or y'all on vacation. Y'all are on, like I said, in a bubble bath. Y'all might be having Netflix and chill. Mom calls, he stops what y'all doing and takes her call. Is that a mama's boy?
If it's an emergency call, because you're not gonna know if your mother's calling you, it could be something, that's bad. It could be something that she needs to talk to you about, and something bad could have happened to her. So as a son, you would feel real jacked up if you didn't pick up the call and your mother was calling you to help her. She done died. But if you find out it's, what I'm saying, is, can you come mount the TV up for me? Nah, I'll call you later. I'll call you back.
Exactly. Let me say this.
We're in the middle of having sex and I'm not gonna answer my phone.
No, but look, also your mother's gonna most likely know you're there. Your mother's gonna most likely know you're there. It's like this. You're gonna have to call my phone twice back to back. Or it ain't me. So you're gonna have to call my man. If his mama called the phone, and it's also depending on what we're doing. If we're just on vacation and we're not in the middle of intercourse or whatever's going on, and you call,
how the fuck you gonna leave on
But let's
vacation?
say, Rachel, let me take you to a deeper situation. Let's say you're in the middle of doing it and it feels real good. Your phone rang one time, you let it go to voicemail. And then you let it go to voicemail, but it rings again. Are you gonna stop your intercourse to see your phone?
much so. Very much.
If they call twice,
thank you.
You gonna
Yeah,
finish
once
that?
you call, it don't even take a third time. Once you call that second time, okay, we got to answer because something's going on. I'm gonna stop you and tell you we got to answer. The intercourse, the feeling's gonna come right back once we get it back going because we are.
You can still talk and do it at the same time. You can still do it. You can still go at it and keep.
That's some
You
kinky stuff right there. That
can
is
know in the very
now
beginning
that's
what's going on.
Listen, Mama Marie. Yeah, we can keep doing it, but if somebody calls me and it's serious, that shit's over.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stop. Yeah,
that shit's over.
All right, so I'm going, because you women have made it clear. Patsy, I want you to chime in before I go to the men. If again, is that a mama's boy? He stops what y'all doing to get the phone for his mama.
If he starts having sex with me, that's a damn mama's boy because you ain't even finishing what you doing. You ain't letting that go to voicemail and say, I'll call you right back after what we doing. Then yeah.
He's mama's boy.
You dropping me like a hot potato?
Men. All right, so we got Robin, we got Timmy, we got Gregory still on. Then Timmy, he stops during.
This is a hot one.
Is he a mama's boy? You got the scenario, and the women that made it brought it about. He's stopping what he's doing while they having sex. So let's stick to that part. He lets his mama interrupt him when they having sex and he takes the call. Is that a mama's boy?
She cock blocking.
She's cock blocking. Okay, that's your answer.
And she calls at a certain time, knowing, oh, they might be doing something.
How does she know this?
So she got that
I think you didn't
intuition.
understand the question. Repeat the question again.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on to Gregory. So he answers the phone because the women have brought it to that. He answers.
Oh, I said my answer. I was in the group of the women that was talking. I can't believe you called me that, by the way.
Robert.
Sorry, I don't need it. If mom's call and we're in the mix of having sex, or he is, and I answer the phone, or he does, do that make him or I a mama's boy?
Yes.
Let me just tell you this. Like some of them said, if that phone rings more than once, that phone has to get answered. Whatever we're doing, I'm pretty sure we can make that same feeling come back. Because if me personally, if we made it happen the first time, it's definitely gonna be more intense the second time, because there's a such thing as letting that I'm trying to be clean. The build up. If you have it just keep building, the climax is gonna be more intense and it's gonna be a lot more that releases. So if you want to play the game and say, okay, you're on top of me, the lady's on top of him, he gets the phone. She doesn't have to ride like she's riding before she pick up the phone. She can just grind him ever so softly to keep him in the moment. If the phone call is not serious, if they're stuck in the phone,
Let me get one of those books you've been reading.
Deal mother on the other end and make it happen all over again.
Okay.
To call your mama's boy, you're not a mama's boy, because it could be life-threatening situations on the other end of that phone, and you don't answer it, and God forbid that was her last time calling you. No matter what type of good sex that you was getting in that bedroom is not going to amount to the loss of losing your moms.
And you might not even like that girl anymore. You might not even like her.
You might resent her because you might tell her, you wouldn't let me pick up the phone. You just kept riding and riding. And you said, if I get the phone, then I'm good. This is where it stops. I can put my clothes back on, go home, or if I'm in my own house, maybe you need to leave. And if we share this house, get out the bedroom, go in the living room.
You must have read Dr. Ruth's book.
I am Dr. Rupert, and then many more doctors.
Is Sean still with us?
Oh my gosh.
Sean, I think Sean stepped away. All right. So, guys, that's basically the 8. So I'm just gonna tell you guys this. All right. This is what it comes down to. A mama's boy, by definition, is somebody that always relies on his mother for anything and everything, and the woman that he is with does not, she doesn't add up. She can't match up. So basically, he rather be with his mama more than he's with his woman. That is the woman in his life, and that is the only woman he wants in his life. He has no room for anybody else in his life. Mama comes before everything and everybody else. So that's the true definition of a mama boy. Not a mama, not someone that does things for their mama. That's not a mama's boy. That's a good son. But somebody that, again, rather spend time with his mother when he has a woman, and he continues to put her on the back burner for his mama, that is definitely a mama's boy. But let's be clear about this. This is not to vilify the mothers, but there are some mothers that do use their sons to replace their men. And their father,
Norman Bates.
their man, they may not have a man. That woman may not have a man. So now that mother, she uses that son for everything that she would utilize her man for. And within doing so, that woman also believes in sabotaging all of her son's relationships. She will fight these women. She would fight him, argue with him, because she wants him to be readily available for her. So she wants him to put everybody second when it comes to her. So again, there are some women out there that does things like that, and sometimes the son can have the best intentions, want to look out for their mama, but she's the problem, not the son in some situations. So let's just be clear about that. So I will say this, everybody has a mother, and you want to honor your mother, but mothers, you need to respect your son's relationships. So therefore, they won't be traumatized with their friends and other men and women referring to them as mama's boys. Because if you lead by example, you can make the problem worse or better. So you are either a part of the problem or you're part of the solution. All right, guys, this has been the Still a Man podcast show. Thank you all for tuning in. See you guys next week. God bless you.
God bless you.